This RSBANDB update nibble comes from episode 715, RuneScape Off-Roading. Enjoy.
I just don't know if this is a bridge too far right now. If it's worth it. Like, is this what we want to spend the capital on? Like, is this where the risk that we want? Because there's just so many things that could go wrong with this.
Right.
And when you look at the polling, when they talked about the polling, most people were fine. They were fine with the way things were, and if anything, all they wanted was maybe a little bit of a grace period. And if you play devil's advocate, completionist means you completed the game, so it kind of should have high stats. Now, I think you could decouple those, the Ava stuff and all that.
Yeah.
I think that would be much better on the player. That makes more sense. But as for the completionist cape itself being a best in slot cape, I think David made a good point about that when he was on and we were talking about this. What was
that exactly? That one?
Well, he had just said that he didn't mind doing it because it's he should have to. If he wants the best, he should have to. And and as much as I hate the thought of I would have to do all of those bosses for comp, in theory, I kind of should have to.
Right. But what is also the point of tying the other achievements into having a comp cape if you're just after the best in slot combat cape? What is the point of tying all those achievements in? And that's why I think the decoupled option, like if I was doing this, what I would say is take the decoupling of what we said with the actives and the passives, but also let's just have these things be cosmetic options that you can unlock when you reach these tiers of achievement. And then, let's say you're going out and you're going to do the newest combat adventure that comes in, and that's going to unlock the best in slot combat option cape-wise in the game, then that's the best in slot combat cape. Why should it all have to be boiled down to comp? Why can't the best in slot cape come from a combat activity?
Well, I mean, part of me agrees with that, but the thing is, I didn't realize how much comp touched, and it's not just comp. It touches everything. And that's what I'm.
But they're also handicapping themselves, because if they come out with like the next fire caves or the next rush of blood or something along the lines of that, the next effective combat climber activity in game, what do they give for rewards for that? Wouldn't it be neat to have, the hardest combat experience in game outside of a PVM boss like Telos reward something that, maybe, I don't know, only 5 to 10% of the players can actually complete and get and be the best in slot combat cape? That's the way I would prefer them to go.
Yeah, it's
because that is just so much more traditional, dare I say it, old school RuneScape. Not old school RuneScape the game, but how things used to be done.